Hi folks, welcome to the Hoard. Today it's about 10 o'clock, 6:19, Wednesday, about 64 degrees. Sun's been up. I'm a little surprised my batteries aren't fully charged. It's a beautiful day, a little cool, which is just what I like. But here we are. I normally don't make videos on Wednesdays. I got to take a nap and go to work today, but I finished my errands early, and if any of you folks out there have ever worked night shift, you got to be like really careful with your schedule. If you're not careful with your schedule, you can't do a full rotation. You just burn out, especially on my long weeks. I do four days. This is not a long week. This is a shorty, but even with that, you got to pay attention. You run into little problems like you're so tired you doze off at work, and people like set you on fire or something, or you doze off on your way home, and then bad things happen. So, all right, folks, why am I making this video? It's come to my attention that I'm out of space. I am just dying in here. And as I'm fixing these bikes, I don't want to leave them outside. I really want to kind of get this whole act in one place. So I think I have a spot for the propane. I think I know where I'm going to move that out to. So I think I know what I'm going to do with this wall. I think I'm going to try to capture some of the space over the garage doors. For tires I want to keep inside, and for other tires they're going to move out to the shed. I'll just have to build some racks out there for that. So that covers that discussion. But the other problem is tractors. I'm overabundant with tractors. And I just want to kind of make a video more for myself than for you guys. Though you guys, you might as well see the Hoard, right? Sometimes the Hoard amuses you all. So this is a Sears tractor. This one right here. It's a hydro. I think you guys could see that. I don't know what year it is. I think it's known as an S10. Some of you guys might recognize the the tires, the rear end. I mean, it goes fine, starts, runs, moves, no real issue. The only thing I noticed is the wheel in the back there was doing something a little strange. I don't know if it's loose and it was sliding on the axle or what, because they do seem, these wheels kind of slide onto the axle like a real tractor tire does. But this one here is a runner. This guy here, it's a case. I forgot the number on it, and I don't see it handy. You guys could see all that, right? I don't know if it's got a number in the front. No, it just says case. I don't see a number on it anywhere. Anyway, it's got a 10 horsepower Kohler, runs, moves, drives, tires hold there. Everything's good about it, except it burns oil. And you say, oh well, it burns a little oil. No, I mean, like this one here, we're talking you could go through 2 quarts of oil to cut an acre of grass. She burns oil. This one here I think is going up for adoption, so that'll get me some space. Along the back, that yellow one is an International. It's only an 8 horse. It has an issue with the front clutch. I really like that unit. That's a nice collectible. You can see it's got the old metal seat, parental guidance, but the old hemorrhoid busting seat back there. So there's that one. Next is a Bolens 650. I have the snowblower and deck for that one. That one came from Carmel, New York, Mahopac, New York, out that way. I bought it, well, that was an eBay deal. It was cheap. It was like 75 bucks. A guy had it since he was a kid, repowered it with a modern Briggs & Stratton engine. That one's kind of a nice tractor. It's never done any real work for me. Next in the line is another Bolens, the one with the box on it. I think that's a G10. I don't know how well can you guys see this. You can see the little G10 back there, I think. Anyway, maybe not. That was a flea market deal. I don't know, paid $150 or something like that for it. It needs a lot of love. It's got a Briggs on it, needs starter work. The deck's screwed up, but it does have, it is a standard. It's got the locking rear end on it and so forth, so that one's nice. The rusty Bolens there was an estate gig. I think that's known as a 1050. I'm not sure. I think it's got the Wisconsin on it. I hope it's got the Wisconsin on it. That one's just been left out. It's rusty. Needs to come back from that. This was a freebie. Friend gave it to me. Starts, runs, moves. Sears, Kohler. She smokes a little bit, but not bad. It's a complete tractor. Hydrostatic. I should just put it together and use it. This guy here is another Sears. This was back when they made really heavy guys. It's got a big 16 horsepower Bolens on it. My thoughts for this was always that I was going to repower it. I wanted the Bolens because this has the same Bolens as the Cushman in the back, that guy. So I bought it kind of to steal some components for that Cushman, or to have a spare motor for the Cushman, because we all know Bolens don't make those two-cylinder big, massive flywheel beasts anymore. I don't know, could you guys kind of see it in there? So there it is. So that's what's inside the garage here. What I need to do, and this is going to be tough because I got all these Bolens that I, plus the Bolens outside, and might as well go around this way as we're having the discussion, plus this Bolens. This Bolens I'd like to repower as soon as possible. I got to go through the hoard and see if I have a big enough Honda engine for it. If not, what I'm going to do is put a fresh, one of those Predators or Duralast or Chinese piece of crap. I'm going to keep this thing as a snowblower. It's only going to be a snowblower. It's got the weights on the back. The reason why I'm pulling the engine off of this, and whenever I mention Tecumseh engines, I have a guy that hates me. I always get my thumb downs from him. But it's got one of those Tecumsehs, one of the early ones with the electronic ignition. And the guy who had it said it would run and run and run, and then not run. And then run and run and run, and then not run. So, and if you're trying to blow snow, that's not really what you want. I'm not saying the engine's dead. I'm not saying the engine's a piece of junk. But it's not one I want to fool around with. Okay, to the back pile hoard. A bunch of this. Those lawnmowers. That guy there, I guess it's a pressure washer. That guy there is one of those folks that commercial guys mow grass with. They got the little two-wheel thing in the back. So I think a lot of that is going to be scrap. This is a Craftsman. A friend of mine had it, and it's a hydro, and somehow early in its life he blew up the transmission. LT1750, once again hydro, and then he got pissed off and dropped it off his truck and bent the front axle. So it's got a good motor on it, a good deck. I got it jacked up so it doesn't have weight on the tires, so the tires are good. So that one is a parts machine, obviously. I should get it covered before the engine fills up with water. Behind it, flea market deal. You can see it's an old Alice Chalmers. I think that's known as a B10. Back tires are good. It's got a real heavy rear end. And not only does it have a real heavy cast iron rear end to it, the rear end is fed from the side. So one could put like a torque converter motor on it and feed the transmission from the side. Then you have best of both worlds. You have a standard transmission and a torque converter. That would be excellent, excellent, excellent to make a buggy for just running around the property. This was a freebie I picked up on the side of the road. I really can't tell you too much about it, other than it was a freebie I picked up on the side of the road. This guy here, a friend of mine gave me. It was a friend of a friend, Craftsman. It's got a throne rod. He ran it low on oil, and he didn't change the oil from the looks of it. Anyway, rod through the case. It's complete except for that. And that guy over there, I believe she ran, and it just, I just never did much with it. So there she sits. Okay. Boy, this is going to be a long video, or I got to walk and talk a hell of a lot faster because there's a lot of tractors. This snapper, good engine, very heavy frame, good deck, had a small electrical fire under the dash, which is why I ended up with it. It's got one of those slip and slide snapper transmissions. I don't like that kind. This is going to become parts. That Craftsman over there. This Craftsman over here, I think it just has really nasty hard steering. Yeah, this is the one with the really difficult steering. So, I'm not doing anything with that. That guy, another Tecumseh difficult engine on it. I like the body style. I like that square body style. I really should get it the hell out of here and do something with it. It's got a torque converter and a 2-speed transmission, high-low, reverse. You don't count reverse, but high-low reverse. The engine's crap, but I just happen to like the body style, the shape, the way it is. No deck. I was going to turn that into a pulling machine. So there's those two. I think that's a Briggs. I'm not positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a big Briggs. That's a big Jacobson. I was going to turn it into a puller. Big heavy unit. I'm not sure where that Agway came from, but I think it's a runner. I think the engine ran. I'm pretty sure the engine ran. I think that came from a friend of mine. Yeah, I think there's only a 3-wheeler under here. Yeah, I'm just trying to document all the tractors for now. There in this shed is one that I got from my mother's grandmother. It was made by White Tractor, 7 horsepower. So it's in there. That mower deck is to the beast over there. We'll talk about it. No tractors here, no tractors there, nothing there. Underneath here is like another Montgomery Ward, a light frame tractor. This one ran, cut grass and everything. The starter gear stuck a little bit, but other than that, there's no tractors in there. There's no tractors in this shed. In the white shed is where I keep the Kubota. But that's the only tractor. You guys have met the Kubota before. In here is an old Kubota, an old Troy-Bilt. The Troy-Bilt has a broken flywheel key. That Murray, I think, has a blown engine. And the Craftsman on the end I'm not sure what the story on this Craftsman is. Wow, I got a lot of freaking tractors. Sometimes I need to make these videos just to see what I have. This Simplicity, that's the mower deck leaning against the shed. I think both those guys, the white one, the Yardman, and the Sears, basically the same unit. I think I picked the two of those up on the side of the road. That Craftsman came from my brother. It has a broken keyway. Other than that, she's just ready to go. That snowblower goes with the International. This is another Sears SS10, I think it's called, standard. I think, well, I know the plow is over here. I'm not sure if I have a mower deck to it. 46-inch mower deck. Goes to one of the Craftsman. I think the Craftsman in the garage. The one with the one right in front of the door. Okay. That guy, I think it was a runner. In the back here, I think I have all light frame stuff. I think she was a runner, just not really used. I'm not sure what that guy is, and I'm not messing with the bees. That's another light frame. That was a $30 tractor. Picked it up near the house. My son says I got the tractor for free. I actually paid for a little show. We went up to this house, and this woman was wearing a very loose tank top with nothing else, and she kept smiling at us and bending over. So my son's like, "Oh, you got a free tractor in the show." So there was that one. This guy here is a Ford. It was a freebie, a pickup. It's another one that needs to be parted out. How much time do I have on this thing? 16 minutes. I gotta end it very quickly. When it comes to getting rid of things, this thing needs to go whole. Get rid of it whole. This one I need to pull the engine and seat and get rid of it. Oh, this one came from a friend of mine. It's one of those square built 10 horsepower, 8 or 10 horsepower Sears. That one stays. That one should get parted out. Steering should go to another unit. Deck should go to another unit. Engine should go to another unit. Okay, so there's the tractor story. I think I've found all my tractors and I've documented them. What I'm going to do is watch this videotape, count them, and see what I'm going to do with them from there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you on the next issue of The Hoard. Take care now.